It's me, it's TRG, the Ramblin' Gambler. This is Casino Kombat Boot Kamp. Boot Kamp takes the gambling concepts from our Casino Kombat podcast and breaks them down into short, detailed segments. It's the podcast stripped of the stories and the jokes, just the gambling basics. Boot Kamp can be a review for podcast listeners or an introduction for those of you just learning about the podcast for the first time. Boot Kamp will, over several hours, teach you what it took me decades to learn: how to use casino gambling as a side hustle and live a casino lifestyle. In this segment, I'm going to teach you about a slot machine strategy that I strangely invented, and I do mean strangely. If that makes me sound like a fool, I understand completely. I agree with you. 10 years ago, I would have laughed in the face of anyone who tried to tell me that they had invented something like this. So I'm well aware, and you are welcome to laugh and ridicule if you're so inclined. But if you're just a bit curious, give me a few minutes of your time. Look, gambling in casinos can be a fun and profitable way to have a side hustle and live a casino lifestyle. I've documented that well in the main podcast, but it can also be a problem for some people. Don't use any of this with money you cannot afford to lose, and if you need help, find help. I try to keep the boot camp segments as close to all business as I can, but this one is a little bit different. It's basically a commercial for a free ebook that I've written. It is 100% free. Not free and pay the shipping, none of that. I'm not playing any of those games. I want as many people as possible to have this information if they want it. So why a book? Why not just teach it like I've taught everything else? Said simply, I think it would bore most people to tears if they had to listen to me read a 25-page ebook and explain the charts and graphs that support it. That doesn't mean the process is hard. It isn't. If you can count from 1 to 4, you can use this technique. The expert advice on slot machines has always been two things. One, stay away from slots because the house edge is too high, and if you must play, always bet the max. And I admit I broke those rules early on in my gambling career. For years, slot play for us was just Mrs. TRG taking the literal spare change from brunch and turning 15 cents into 45 cents on a machine she felt was right. And it was pretty amazing watching how often her feelings led to a win. The other time that I played slots was when a casino gave me free slot play, and I even invented a process for making sure I always won money with that free play that they gave me. Many years ago now, I was playing some of that free slot play money on a penny slot, Wonder Woman Golden Lasso, I believe, and I realized that on many modern machines, you can trigger a progressive jackpot on any bet level, not just the minimum. That changed everything. It meant I could modify my bet based on the outcome of individual wagers, applying the same discipline and technique that I use at the blackjack tables to a slot machine. So I started experimenting with money I had won at the blackjack tables. I realized I could have a bankroll and positive and negative exit points for each machine, and it seemed to work. And I showed it to my wife, and she started testing it, and it still seemed to work. But neither of us really believed that. We knew you couldn't beat slot machines. A wagering system that created a profit from slot machines? Get out of here. We knew it couldn't happen. So I started keeping written records of the results, machine by machine, visit by visit. I recorded the results for months and months and documented the system in a book. Since that time, I have kept even better written records and had solid, repeatable results. And let me remind you at this point that my past performances are not an indication of anyone's future results, including my own. But no one is more surprised by these results than I am. It has worked well enough for me that I felt an obligation to share it. Casino Kombat is about winning the game of casino gambling. It's not about just beating one specific game within the game of casino gambling. My slot strategy supports all of the Casino Kombat ideas. Over the course of years, it's the same thing month in, month out. Using the wagering process from the ebook, we play slot machines with cash. We receive free slot play from the casinos for various reasons, and we play that free money using another process from the ebook. We get to the end of the month, and the amount won or lost from both tactics together, we add those up, and we have a cash profit almost every month for years. As an added bonus, the machines we play using cash create tier points and reward points and more comps. It's a process that continues to repeat itself month in and month out. The only thing that stops the process is if we stop playing machines with our own money. And those reward points, those become credits that you can spend on anything from a steak dinner to, in many states now, credits on a sports betting app. It's a real world value generated by a game the experts say you shouldn't even be playing. If you lost $10 one month with a tactic, but win $150 from the free slot play that tactic created, and the casino gives you points to buy lunch, did you lose? I say you didn't. I say you won and won big. A couple of quick notes. I'm not sure what I do will be considered fun by all slot players. Like a blackjack table, I'm happy to record a win or a loss in 5 minutes or 5 hours, whatever it takes to hit an exit. I suspect some people won't enjoy winning a small amount on a slot machine and leaving quickly. But I'm trying to win the month. Dollars, points, and fun. This technique works in that context for us. If you're interested, head over to CasinoKombat.com/chip. That's Casino Kombat, combat spelled with a K, of course, /chip to download your copy of Casino Kombat Slot Tactics. No tricks, no scams, no upsell, no funnel. If you think what you downloaded is worthless, delete the file and move on. So this is probably it for Casino Kombat Boot Kamp. The Casino Kombat Boot Kamp playlist is complete. Well, probably. Who knows? Who knows where the journey will lead? If I learn something else that fits here, I'll be back to add to this playlist. If this was useful, I'd be thrilled if you decided to like, subscribe, share, and join the squad. Thanks, everyone. I'll see you on the floor.